Okay, we'll call to order the Chisholm City Council meeting, July 8th, 2026, 5:30 PM. Susan, would you please take roll call?
Yes, Counselor Varga.
Here.
Counselor Font.
Here.
Counselor Lackey.
Here.
Counselor Halava.
Present.
Counselor Halverson.
Present.
Mayor Lance.
Here. All right, Council, we have two additions to the agenda. Be H6 under Devon, which is a MOU to ask me for library aids. And would be I3 under myself for the request from the Chisholm Chamber for Dock Moonlight Graham Days. With those two additions, I'd look for a motion support.
Make a motion.
Thank you, Jed. Support. Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Pledge of allegiance, if you would.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Counselor, public participation? Okay, first up we have Lisa Erickson. Good evening.
Good evening.
Just to remind everyone that we do have 5 minutes for public participation.
Right you are. I'll keep it sweet. All right, I'm Lisa Erickson. I'm the Executive Director for Never Surrender Incorporated, and we sponsor every year the Thomasoni Bike Tour. We are going to be having the bike tour here on Giants Ridge. It starts at Giants Ridge. We will be finishing here on Friday, September 18th. And we are very excited to have a lot of the business members of the downtown Chisholm area behind us, supporting us. We did the finish here last year on a Saturday. We raised probably over $400,000 last year. So we're hoping for that again this year. And all the funds that we raise go to help patients fighting ALS. It is named after David Thomasoni, since he did pass away of ALS, and both his children, Daddy and Dante, are participants with us. So we're just here to ask for your permission for us to finish in your downtown again, and ask for your support. We've got a lot of the gals met with us earlier, the women that run this town, I call them. They're helping us spread the word and to get your local businesses on board and involved with what we're doing. And we'll be here throughout the summer at your Tuesday nights, Lake Street nights. We're coming for that. And then again in August, we'll come for your parade. So we definitely want to be a part of your community. So we're just asking for your support with this. And I have my friend Todd Lauer here, who's one of our patients with ALS. If you have any questions or any concerns. I know we're at the very last piece of paper, so we just say, go yes for us, all right?
Thank you. We appreciate you very much. Thank you. Thank you for choosing Chisholm, Diane. So
Yeah,
appreciate
perfect.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Jen.
I'm gonna start my watch my comments. I want to be respectful. So, good evening, Mayor and Council and community. My name is Jen Gigliotti. I know it's a big meeting today, so I'm gonna try to be succinct, but I did want to share a few community updates and take a moment to recognize some of the people and partnerships helping move Chisholm forward. First, I'd like to offer sincere gratitude and recognition to Katie Christensen. And I know that was done at the last meeting, but I wasn't able to be here. She has served as our library supervisor for the past 12 years. Katie brought incredible vision, creativity, and heart to the Chisholm Library and really helped to build a space that is inclusive, welcoming, interactive, and deeply connected to our community. So beyond the library walls, she's also been very active partner in many community efforts and initiatives. And for that especially, I will miss her. So she'll be missed, but we really wish her all the best as she transitions into her new role as the grants and programs manager with the Blandon Foundation. So nice to have an ally over at Blandon. So just a kudos to Katie. Second, I just want to do a shout out. I know Colin's going to cover this, but express really huge gratitude to the United Way and the community for their gift of the City of Chisholm Day of Action a couple Fridays ago. The community member standpoint and the city representation was just really great to see. In particular, I, as a community member and being involved in boards, want to do that shout out to those within the city that really showed up that day. Colin being there all day, the hard work you put forth and all the planning. I know Larry wasn't there that day, but all the work to help with the planning, and Scott, I think, within the city. Is Larry even here? Yes, Scott was kind of your go-to that day. Susan really holding down the fort here at at the City Hall during the day. I know you wanted to be out there, but somebody has to hold on the fort here. I'm sure there's many more. I do want to shout out to Adam, because I know you rolled your sleeves up a ton that day before and the day of, helping build that deck. And spent a lot of hours in sweat. If I missed anybody, I apologize, but just those within government that showed up and really helped out, I really appreciate it. And it was a great day, and so many folks benefited from their homes, but also public spaces, which Colin will touch. So continued efforts, I wanted just to touch on Chisholm Beautification Association. An upcoming project we're gonna bring back this summer is the door painting. You will see a post on it soon, but just wanted to let the community know if anybody's interested in nominating their door, to Facebook message us a picture of your existing door. Let us know what you're interested in. Mary Zahorsky is helping head this. She's already been around knocking and has about 5 doors. But I wanted to open up anyone in the community that is interested. Please message us. You also can just call or text me directly. My number is 262-909-6634, and we love to help spruce up your house. So next, a brief update on Chisholm Age-Friendly Initiative and Committee. I know you guys all heard about those surveys last year. That has been chugging along. It is city-driven. It's been something that I really appreciate Steph Scraba's work. Katie's been at those meetings. Susan's been in all the way along, and we've got community collaboration. So you'll keep seeing more from that. We got the results from it, and we're in that process of looking at the results. The 8 domains of livability, we've got 4 that really stand out, and starting to take those action steps. So you'll see more in terms of community engagement, city engagement, but you'll also start to see how we incorporate that into some of the events and the programs we're doing. So really excited on that work. Okay, I have a minute and a half. I just wanted to also plug something that was recent as of today, but I think it is timely since we only have this meeting until prior to Moonlight Grand Days. But we moved the snake around the lake. As you guys all know, we had to, that trail coming in, that snake did deserve a better spot. So Colin and I put our heads together and said, why don't we move it on the day of action? So it was awesome. We were able to move it, but we wanted to contact the folks that really originated that project out of respect to them to see if it was okay. We moved it. Thank you, Adam, for making that contact. I have been in touch with Robin Sellers today, and she really would love to do a food drive at Moonlight Graham Days with people painting more rocks. And so we'd be in Kiwanis Park. We got it approved through Kiwanis, but just FYI, if anybody wants to help volunteer, please contact me directly. I gave my number already, or Robin, 218-263-4826. Any community groups, I think we could use a little more of the village coming out to help the manpower of getting that snake all the way to the end of the lake, and some food for the food shelf. So just really appreciate the platform here, and I'm just under 5 minutes. So thanks everybody. Have a great July.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Okay, council reports. Councilor Helverson, good evening.
Good evening. I attended a Red Hat committee meeting and also had an interview with McGrath consultant, fire and EMS. That's all I have.
Councilor Oliver, good evening.
Good evening. I attended the last EDA meeting, as well as the McGrath meeting too with our consultants. Also, our last Lake Street Market turned out to be an awesome night. We had tons of people, good weather, good vendors, good food, along with the chamber. Thank you very much, Shelley. It turned out really good. Lots of good feedback from a lot of people. Our next market is next Tuesday from 4 to 8. So coming on to Lake Street, we'll have Lake Street blocked off from 1st Avenue and 2nd Avenue. Hoping to have a lot of vendors and a lot of food again.
Excellent. Thank you. Councilor Baki, good evening.
Good evening. We had a chamber board meeting this morning, which obviously we spent the majority of time talking about Doc Graham Days coming up. It is on the agenda now, so I won't talk a whole lot about it until we get to that point, and help Shell answer some questions on it. But that's all I have.
Councilor Feldman, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. I have no formal report. Thank you.
Councilor Barta, good evening.
Good evening, no formal report.
Thank you. Myself, not really a lot that we are allowed to say for the EDA, but the EDA is very busy. We have a lot of things on our plate. We're looking at jamming with the the chamber that help with our one-to-one match to help with the business improvement grants, extending some of those opportunities. Devin and Bob Streeter, Shelley, have been working with businesses downtown to figure out ways to help improve and utilize and help increase and add to our downtown. So that's very exciting. Other than that, took part of the day of action. So everyone that was out, it was a record day for them. 247 some volunteers, a lot of people. There's a lot of commotion throughout the town and a lot of busy people. So, when we do things like this, and it helps the overall community, it helps the perspective of everybody coming in, and just everybody's day-to-day feelings of joy. And I've seen a lot of community members picking up their own houses and doing different things around their own spaces when they see it happen next door. So it's kind of like a trend that kind of keeps on going. So it's another thing that we like to do. And our EDA is very active in planning for other creations to, keep up with that kind of mentality. So. Ambulance Director, Tiffany, good evening.
Good evening. I'll keep it super short. No report unless there's questions. No.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's really,
You want me to come up?
Please.
you could answer from there, but
That's everybody.
just curious on the color of the new ambulance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is super fair.
Okay.
And I'm sure I didn't think nobody would ask about the new colors on the ambulance. So basically, it is partially due to price-wise, for where we previously had it done and how that is worn versus being able to do it more local. We were able to find a vendor in Duluth as opposed to one in Iowa. And then the color scheme was a collaboration between police department and the ambulance and the staff members, and to try and get the fleet a little bit more like each other. So it is the same color scheme as the police department. It is getting a Iron Man added to the front doors on the cabs, so that'll tie in with the Public Works Department and the other car. So it was just to kind of establish our department as the City of Chisholm Ambulance Service. For a deal, through a local vendor.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Okay.
Police Chief, Jim, good evening.
In the interest of time, Mr. Mayor, no official report, but I would be happy to answer any questions if anybody has any.
City Engineer, Jim, good evening.
I've got nothing at this point. I'll just cover the updates as we go through the pay applications later in the agenda, please.
Okay.
Unless you have questions now.
Public Works, Larry,
I'll do it.
good evening.
All right, Mr. Mayor, Council, thanks for having me. A few updates because there's a few things coming down the road, and I just want to keep everyone up on what's going on. So I appreciate Mandy and Jim, Chief Fouquet there for the hiring committee. We finished up interviews today, so hopefully we may make an offer and then bring you folks at the next council meeting. So looking forward to that. Mike Cavley retired out of Public Works this last Wednesday, and we have 3 retirements this year. That's a lot. That's 20% of turnover, and that's a lot of extra work and stuff with everything else going on too. Without a full-time administrator and stuff too. A lot of these things trickle down, but we're working through that. We're really excited about it. We got 1 more to go, and we'll try to get that's going to be a heavy equipment operator likely, and we'll try to get that person here before winter. So that's not affected. We did a lot of work on this job, and hopefully we'll bring someone to you soon. We continue to work, and you'll see the proposal tonight with the school and the public utilities, Public Works and the school project down at the old Artmentary property behind Fitzgerald there on 7th, between 6th and 7th Street. Starting to get questions about that. Chatter's getting out there, so we appreciate that. We're working with the public on a few things in the area. We jumped on last minute with the day of action, and I'd like to highlight, and I didn't really hear it yet, these are people that really needed the help. These are people that couldn't bring their stuff to the citywide cleanup, and I seen exactly what the mayor said. When people are cleaning up the yards of the person that couldn't do it themselves, and they jumped in and helped even. I seen that myself, and I wasn't even here. I seen it afterwards, cleaning up the boulevards when we went around. So it took us and then we had that one crazy windstorm that went through, and then we lost a bunch of limbs and stuff again. So it took us about a week, 10 days to get cleaned up, but you know, a lot of it was branches or wood debris and fence pieces and stuff like that. So it was really good because, you know, we were helping, but we're helping the people that really couldn't do it themselves or don't have the means. So that was really great. And then carries right over into our citywide cleanup, which is this next week. We already had a couple so excited they came down. We were able to help them and get their stuff unloaded. We're not turning people away, but next week's better because we have more help and we're more organized for it. So we're looking really forward to that. So citywide cleanup next week. And the Northwest Storm Sewer Project continues to move forward. We had a bunch of people in manholes and in pipes and measuring and figuring and stuff. So we got a lot of data there and we'll continue to work towards that. And in Public Works, our big push is 4th of July. You know, you've seen the painting of the curves and the crosswalks. And of course, our big push now is the Dock Ram days and then the fair, and then everything starts to come down a little bit. Well, actually, you know, then we'll have another third Tuesday up on Lake Street. It'll be busier hopefully because I know there's a couple more vendors coming online, one that I'm involved with, so I'm looking forward to that. And with that, that's all I have for you from what's in the agenda.
Thank you, Larry.
Larry,
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, please.
Does the city have a vendor or any way we use to haul vehicles, like junk vehicles? Can they call?
Yep. Roger Nelson and his crew at Iron Range Towing. It's either free or they'll even give you some money for them.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
perfect.
And as of fairly recent, I think the markets are still okay in scrap steel. I think for a while it was like they wouldn't give you anything, but I think they do give you something now. Maybe $40, $80, something like that.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, Iron Range Towing does come get them for free.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. They'll drag them out of your yard with an 80-foot winch, whatever. They're pretty good. So
Yeah.
we've had some removed from city property for free. I know that. So
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, Larry. Parks Trails Rec Director, Colin. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So I'll stick with the theme and also give a highlight to the United Way Day of Action. It wasn't just the day of, this started months ago when it came down to door knocking and plenty of preparation meetings and a lot of behind the scenes work with United Way and some of the city folk. And I know Jed, you went door knocking with us as well. And so it wasn't just the day of, but it went fantastic. I think they told me this morning in our wrap-up meeting that it was 48 projects in total. And I think 4 of them were city ones, not including the Bourne Learning Trail. That was a separate one. That was kind of a different thing, but it was still part of the Day of Action. And so out at Longyear Lake Park, if you didn't get a chance to see, but on the walking path right by the playground there, that was what we did in the morning. And we were out there painting the sidewalk and putting just educational signs up for the kids that walk through that area. And so that was really fun to be a part of. That was probably the highlight of the day. And then the second half of the day, I was over at the sand volleyball courts painting the much needed boards out there that were starting to get black and the white was fading quite a bit. And so painted that, and we had a 3-person crew, and we somehow got it done in like 3 hours. So it was a little hot, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. So thank you to everyone who was involved. That was my first time doing something like that, and it was pretty sweet. So. And then in other stuff going around with the Parks and Rec, I know there was some confusion going on when they started doing construction at Longyear Lake. They are still doing the kiddie pump track in the skate park. That is just, we don't have exact times when they're starting that yet. We just finished up the concept design, which I shared on Facebook yesterday. And so I'll get exact dates hopefully very soon. So, shouldn't be much longer than what's currently going on. So I would imagine it'll get done late summer, probably around the September, hopefully not October, but late September range.
Perfect.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Colin.
Thanks, Colin.
City Clerk, Treasurer, Interim Administrator.
No report, but I can field any questions if anybody has any.
Okay. Also look for a motion and support for the consent agenda, which consists of list of bills, communications, minutes of previous city council meetings, payroll and overtime, resignations, and retirements.
Motion.
Thank you, Travis.
Second.
Thank you, Jed. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. No unfinished business. New business. Ambulance Director. Tiffany, welcome back.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. Few things tonight. The first thing is requesting approval of the purchase of the ambulance that we had previously approved for order. That is the one everybody has seen. It's the new Medic 2. It'll be replacing a 2011 model.
The amount due is the $231,603.37 out of the $275.
Yep, the chassis has already been paid for.
Okay.
Yeah, and if this was, I believe, almost 50% funded by the, what was it? What was the 50% funding? That was the deficit
Common Core.
operating
Oh, grant, yeah.
grant, yes, so.
Make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, April.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Next up is a request to hire Grady Gibo as an EMT for Chisholm Ambulance. We are still pending the results of his background, his physical test, so, pending the result of that, I would request to hire him.
Okay, Council, for a motion and support to hire Grady, what'd you say it was? Gibo. All right.
Which
Motion.
would be wrong, but that's what I'm saying it is.
Marty? Thank you, Marty.
Support.
Thank you, Travis. Any further discussion? Congratulations, Grady. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you so much. And we have one more, paramedic Jeffrey Golaski. Again, pending the results of his paperwork.
Council, look for a motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Support.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Jeffrey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fire chief is out on a call right now, so Devin's gonna take resolution 0726-54. I got a little more information, so I'm just gonna throw it out there that at the last minute, Jason had gotten some communications that there could have been some funds left over that he informed us at our business meeting. So at the last minute, they put together a grant application, threw it in, and we will have another gear washer extractor for the public safety building. And when we built the public safety building, it was actually built in with it in mind to add another one. So everything's already there, we just gotta set it and hook up the plumbing. Anything else on that one, Devin?
No, you got it.
I'd look for a motion and support for resolution 076-54.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Support.
Thank you, Jed. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Police chief, Chad, how we doing? Good evening.
Evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. Busy time of the year for all of us, and events and everything else. So this is the normal stuff that comes in this time of year from the St. Louis County Fair. So first item on the agenda is to approve the temporary liquor licenses for the fair. One is the 4-day license, and then the other one is the 1-day license. So we're just looking for a motion to approve those.
Okay, council?
Motion.
Thank you, Travis.
Support.
Thank you. Marty? Thank you, Marty. I heard him first. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Perfect. Second item on the agenda is a request from the St. Louis County Fair Board, just like last year, for the city to declare the St. Louis County Fair August 5th through August 9th as a citywide festival. Their plan is to allow patrons to have alcoholic beverages throughout the facility instead of just confined to the beer garden area. So I will say that last year they did that. We didn't have a single problem the entire time of the fair. So just looking for a motion from the council for that.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Very good. And the last item I have on the agenda is just a resolution is required to approve the premise permit to allow Rockridge Youth Hockey Association to conduct bingo at the St. Louis County Fair, July 31st.
Okay, council, 076-55. Thank you, April.
Support.
Thank you, Travis. Any further discussion?
I have a question. Do they have different people every year that they let do this?
I think last year they used Rockridge Youth Hockey association.
But other,
as well.
other things have a chance for that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And the reason they have to use another organization is because they're doing it at a different place, right?
Yeah.
So, so you're able to use someone else's license to be able to do that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Is this during the fair?
During the fair,
Is
yeah, and
this
actually I see the
the
date says
correct,
2025 on
date
here,
wrong?
so I would say with the amended date of July 31st, 2020, actually it's probably
In
a
August.
different date.
Some August.
Yeah, I don't know.
August is the ninth.
Sure. Honestly, I don't even know what the date is, so,
I can, I'll find out.
okay. Thanks, Susan. Let's see. Maybe
Okay,
I-
with the change date, make a motion to approve the correct date.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Okay? Ready?
Yep.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks, council.
Thank you, Chief.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chief.
It's August 6th.
August 6th?
It's on this application.
August 6th, Susan. Mandy's not able to make it tonight, so I will take the wet addition zoning and text amendments. This is the second reading. First reading was on June 8th. Not June 8th, sorry, June 10th. So with approval of this, then it would become an ordinance after the second reading. So I would look for a motion and support to approve the second reading for the wet addition zoning and text amendments.
Make a motion.
Thank you, Jed.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And from what I heard is, if you have not been up there, you need to get up and look around. It is quite amazing after years of planning and seeing on pictures to actually take a look at it, come to life. It's, something to behold, so. City Engineer, Jim, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. You turn to page 49. What we have before us is pay application number 3 on the Wenton edition. And just in way of we had a status meeting yesterday noon, and as of this morning, the water main, the sanitary sewer, and the storm sewer is all completed. And starting last week, they had their street foreman in there starting to work on common excavation and putting down the fabric and starting to haul in gravel. So that project is moving along extremely well. And if anybody wants any boulders, we do have plenty of them for the snake route or anything. We've got them anywhere from nuggets up to about 20 cubic yard rock. So we can make a real big head on that snake at the east end.
Are they gold now?
Huh?
Gold now?
We haven't done that analysis yet, but it doesn't look like it. Anyway, what you have before you is pay application number 3, and as I summarize on page 49, the work completed last month amounted to $504,270.79, and we retain 5% retainage, which in this case amounts to $25,213.54. So the remaining payment is in the amount of $479,057.25. And you'll see that summarized then on the bottom of page 50. If you get down to the bottom, the second to the last set of columns, you'll see this payment, and under that the quantity, and then what that amounts to in terms of dollars summarized and totaled at the bottom of the page, which is that same $504,270.79. The last set of columns then is the total work that's been completed to date, and that totals $1,284,996.19. And then just following down, the gross amount due is that same amount of $1,284,996.19. The retainage now totals $64,249.81. Previous payments, $1,220,746.38. Less the previous payments of nearly $741,700, such that payment, as we summarized before, that we're recommending payment of is $479,057.25, and that gross amount due represents 53.6% of the project budget. With that, I would be happy to try and answer any questions that you might have, but would recommend payment in the amount of $479,057.25.
Thank you, Jim. Council, unless there's any questions, I'd look for a motion and support to approve pay application number 3.
I just have a quick question. Is there going to be curb at these new curbs?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's curb and gutter
Okay.
along both sides. It's gonna be pretty much a surmountable type of curb, so we're not
Does-
busting out the back to put in driveways wherever people want.
Yeah, does Vite do their own concrete too? Like KGM or something? Or no? They bring Knife Lake or something?
I think, if I remember right, Larry, do you remember? I think it's Knife Lake Concrete. Is it a concrete?
We haven't seen them in a few years, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thank you.
So we got a good contractor there as well, subcontractor, I should say.
So Jim, just a comment, every time I look at this, I'm amazed at the prices, but I did not realize that a fire hydrant was $10,000.
Oh, they're terribly expensive now.
That is something.
And what we heard in the last few days, is that the price of steel and what else was it?
Petroleum, the pipe.
Yeah, all that stuff is gonna be taking another hit, so.
The council, look for a motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, April.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank
Motion
you.
carries.
I'm sorry.
Jim?
Page 52, then, we have before us pay application number 7, which is basically the semi-final pay application for last year's project down by the school on 5th Street Southwest between 2nd Avenue and 4th Avenue during June. The contractor was in and put on that final wearing course surface. And what is involved in this particular pay application is that bituminous surfacing, the tack coat that's put down between the old base from last year and the new to make it adhere, and then a final payment on the traffic controlled final 5%. And those are itemized on the following pages. The traffic controls item 83, the tack coat and bituminous are items 32 and 31, if you want to see that detail. So the work certified with this pay application is $216.30. The total work completed during June then was $35,935, less retainage has been reduced at the last pay application to 2%, so that was deducting $718.70, thus the amount to be paid, this pay request of $35,216.30. And with that, what we're now waiting for, as I say at the bottom of page 52, is that once they submit all the closeout documentation, the lien waivers and the tax forms and so forth, that we will be processing in the next month or two the final pay application, which is only releasing that retainage that we right now have of $25,523.96. So essentially the project is done. Now, Darren and I are trying to get the agreements through PFA so we can get reimbursement. To help cash flow, so. But I'd be happy to answer any questions, but would recommend payment to TNT in that amount.
Thank you, Jim. Council, look for a motion and support for pay application number 7.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Support.
Thank you, Jed. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Then if you'll turn to page 62, please, what we have before us is pay application number 1, which is essentially pretty much completing that project, though we're going to keep it open. Larry and I have a little bit of work that we're trying to get accomplished down by the stand. We have some drainage and problems there, and Larry and I are working on getting those people to sign a waiver of assessment such that they can be assessed. And we're working through that process, and Larry has talked to Masabi Bituminous when they come back to do the paving on Wenton Addition or on Heritage Manor, that we'll be able to take care of that. So basically, the work on the 17 blocks of alleys that we bid is what has been completed here. So that works, as you'll see on page 63, the work certified, this request is $170, $170,832.25, which is the amount certified to date, less the 5% retainage of $8,541.61. Thus, we're recommending payment in the amount of $162,290.64. And basically, we're pretty much right on budget at 98.25%. So it's really completed the project as we bid it. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have, but would recommend payment in that amount to Masabi Bituminous.
Thank you, Jim. Council, I look for a motion support for pay application number 1.
Motion?
Thank you, Marty.
Support.
Thank you, Travis.
One question, Mr. Mayor.
Yep.
Jim, do we go through all these alleys and just check the work out to verify?
Yeah, there's a couple corrections that we need to make. One down by the HRA. We've got a drainage issue. There's a little bit of valley that Larry and I were out there last week, and we've got, we think, a economic method of extending actually a little drain catch basin about, Larry, about 100 feet to the west of that or something like that, that will do just off the edge of the pavement where the water is ponding right now. We looked at another issue this morning, which is a little bit more between neighbors that we're trying to mediate and get them to agree how to settle the dispute, if you will. I think otherwise, I think those are the only two things, Larry, that we've actually heard of, and then working on trying to correct a little bit of a drainage issue and dust problem down beside the stand. And they were not included in the regular project, but if we can get them to sign the waiver of public hearing and the waiver of assessment such that we can assess them along with these projects, we'll try to incorporate that, utilizing this contract with Masabi Bituminous when Masabi Bituminous comes in on those other projects.
Okay, thank you, Jim. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Then if you'll turn to page 66, we have pay application number 1 on our 6th Street, 4th Avenue Northeast, or our Heritage Manor project. That project is moving along quite well. In fact, I think the end of this week or the first day or two of next week, they'll have that first block from Lake Drive up to 3rd Avenue completed in terms of the utility work, and then they'll start working on the street prep for that, and then move their utility crew over to the east side of 3rd Avenue to continue the water main sanitary sewer construction on the east half of that particular project. Most of this pay application is really dealing with removals, getting set up, more amortization that happened, installing erosion control and so forth, as I summarize on page 6. But the work certified during June amounted to $86,512.29, from which we retain that same 5% retainage amounting to $4,325.61, and therefore whoops, I goofed on you. I gave you wrong numbers. Didn't I?
86,512 minus the 4,300.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You were right.
Just
You were right.
check the bifocals in, so. Anyway, recommending payment in the amount of $82,186.68. Again, representing, as you see on page 67, just over 5% of the work, but work is progressing very nicely. And we're still finding lots of rocks, so we got more rocks for here, for Jen and Snake. So.
All right, council, I look for a motion and support for pay application number 1.
Motion.
Thank you, Marty.
Support.
Thank you, Jed. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. And if you'll turn over to page 77, we have pay application number 3, which is again that semi-final pay application on our Ice Arena Curling Club driveway and parking lot project, where again the subcontractor came in June, put on the final wearing course surface, and then did the restriping of the parking stalls on both sides of that building. The request is for $40,055.17. Actually, on page 77, down on the second line of that second paragraph, with the parentheses, insert the number 42,163.33, which shows up on page 79, but it's that amount of work completed in dollars during June, then less the 5% retainage of $2,108.16, such that we are recommending payment in the amount of $40,055.17. And again, once the contractor has submitted the necessary closeout documents, we'll be processing in the next month or two the final pay application, which will be the release of that 5% retainage in the amount of $22,460.77. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have, but thank you.
A lot, Jim. Unpack.
I
Thank
can
you
spend
very
the
much.
money. Just show me the money, I can spend it.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, not money, yeah, don't worry about that, so, appreciate it. The council look for a motion of support for pay application number 3.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, April. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion
Thank you,
carries.
Mayor and Council.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Public Works Supervisor Larry.
Let me add just quick, the $10,000 fire hydrant, good catch, Counselor Botke, and that's installed with a 8-foot chunk of pipe and a valve. So it's a little easier to stomach, cause I cut the
Sure,
same thing.
yeah.
Cause I buy them all day long for $3,500 government pricing, and 10 grand I was not okay with. I said, I'll buy the fire hydrants and bring them up. And it was installed with the valve and an 8-foot chunk of pipe, so. Good catch. With that, I will bring you to my list. There's a lot there. Sorry for the thickness. Had to be done. I know Counselor Halverson appreciates it more than all of the rest of you. It's the plans and specs for the new Public Works, Public Utilities, bus garage site down between 6th and 7th, behind Twist Trail. It's a fast-moving freight train with winter coming and IRRB contracts and it all coming together at the last minute with the school. We had the Public Works garage and Public Utilities separated. There's kind of separate funding sources there. And then the school was able to get on the property at the last minute with 11 stall bus garage that they've needed for arguably 40, 50 years. So there's plenty of room for them to do their maintenance and their safety checks and change tires inside instead of outside and do all their washing. And there's a shared steam room with a good pressure washer to make sure the equipment is being washed and longevity and all helps. So yeah, it's a really a good effort. Yeah, we were able to capitalize on some extra monies and collaboration. So it's really, really a good project. I don't know how else to say it besides I'm picking through this stuff daily. I've had almost daily meetings with Otto Mackey and the design group team and SEH civil people working on this. A lot going on, a lot changing. Even as of this morning, we moved the gate and some fencing over. We've added some parking spots for the seasonal help. We moved the bus garage a little bit to make the turning radius a little better. We moved the fencing closer to the sidewalk. Just lots of little things going on, but this is really the meat and potatoes that we can go out to bid and get some bidding, some good bid documents here. And there's always minor changes, as you know, but this gets us moving forward. The school board is also approving these bid documents at their school board meeting next Monday, and then it'll be out public. There's been a great amount of interest. The Otto Mackey at the design group there has gotten numerous calls from firms he usually doesn't even deal with. They need work over the winter. So with all this falling in place, an aggressive schedule of course, but we can get this built before it snows, and then these contractors have good winter work to help make the payments and keep their people working. So that's really what we're going for here. I'm happy to answer any and all questions. I know there's a lot there.
I just have one question.
Please.
As Little Jim, I grew up on 2nd Avenue, 8th Street.
Got it.
2nd Ave, behind 2nd Avenue, that's an old railroad grade.
Yep.
Is the railroad checked off on this?
Oh, yeah, we did it actually. Devin did some work on that. I
Okay.
believe. It was something about.
As far as environmental?
Yeah, environmental
Yeah,
and stuff,
Jim.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just, that worried me about
Yeah,
that.
we actually had core drillings too from previous,
Okay.
which was super helpful.
Yeah.
And, I believe Marty even brought that up, core drillings or something.
Yeah,
like
there
that.
was a cleanup there back 20 years ago.
Yep, and we were cleared of environmental even. So thankfully that could have set us back 2 months.
We found all the close-up documents.
Yeah.
for all those.
That was amazing, yes, thank you.
There was no railroad building, like 100 feet,
I've seen pictures.
north
at
of my
Senior
house.
Center.
Yeah.
Marty's got a question?
Just one question. So, the bus garage doors are all on the south side, right? Is this gonna be a drivable curb so they can just kinda drive straight?
Yeah,
in?
and that is fenced, so there's two 30-foot, gates.
Oh, these
so-
are, these are gated.
Yeah,
so
those are gated,
Is there enough room for the buses to turn and get into those doors?
correct. Yeah, it'll be a little tight, it's 66 feet currently, we did move the fencing back to the sidewalk, and 66 feet, we did the, whatever you figuring, and it's a little tight, but we figure our bus drivers are some of our best drivers around,
Okay.
transporting all this precious cargo, and they're confident they can do it. They're
Okay.
actually so confident, they're very so excited about having a decent bus garage. Oh, and 12-foot doors to sneak into instead of, I think they're at like a 9-foot door now currently, and they fold mirrors in.
Yep.
So they're super excited about a 12-foot door,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, council, I look for a motion and support to approve the, Public Works, Public Utilities, Bus Garage, big documents.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Travis.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, everybody. Equally as important, we've been working on this for about a year and a half. We've been bouncing this between staff and the Public Utilities Commission, new staff, old staff, retired staff. This is the, chapter 52 in our city ordinances, and that basically is the rules and guidelines of how the water department functions. We've made a lot of changes over the years. I've been here, this is my 8th winter now, 8th summer. Winter's coming quick though. But things like the water thaw policy that wasn't done, that we weren't able, and we were at this mercy of contractors when I came here. We've changed all that with our friends and our insurance folks at League of Minnesota Cities. We're now able to do that. That's added to this policy. Sewer laterals is still in there. That was something in chapter 53 coming up. But just some of the billing stuff, really just how we function in the water department. Has to do with water shutoffs for non-payment. We have a new a remote shutoff policy going into effect after this is signed off on.
Have to be in next.
Oh, that's in chapter 53.
It's in both.
Yeah. Oh, is it in both of them?
Yeah,
Jim.
first service outside city limits.
Okay, I thought it was only 53.
Yeah,
No, they're both.
yeah, it's in both.
Okay. How does that affect the county one now? We're fine on that. Remember that?
No, it's covered there, there's exceptions.
That's what it was. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. It's in chapter 52 as well. We wanna retain those, you know, you have to get water service now, within the boundaries of the city limits. We want you annexed to the city, you know, to pay in like everybody else pays in the city, and we wanna retain those benefits. So why you should be within the city of Chisholm, so.
Hey,
Just
council,
like the brewery most recently, they were annexed, as you know, into the city, and they have the liberty of water and sewer service and garbage, so. So with your support, I believe this is the first reading, right, Susan, of chapter 52. This did go through staff for a year and a half, including, Public Utilities Commission did sign off on this twice. So we bring to you for your approval and, continue to move it forward.
thank you, Larry.
Oh, Attorney Lindsay has signed off on it.
Hey, council, I look for a motion and support to approve, or acknowledge the first reading of chapter 52.
Make a motion?
Thank you, Jed.
Second?
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, everyone. And then chapter 53, also the first reading. This is your sewer policy, how we, some things pertaining to the sanitary district. Basically the same as the water, just, it's going from fresh water to wastewater.
Hey, council, unless there's any questions, I'd look for a motion and support to acknowledge first reading of chapter 53.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Support.
Thank you, Jed. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion
Thank you,
carries.
everyone. I know those are sometimes painful, but they haven't, I don't think they've been updated since 2009, so.
No.
And then with that, just informational is the citywide cleanup we spoke a little bit about earlier. That's next week. And for the folks at home that can't make it, 7 to 3:30. Tuesdays, we have extended hours at City Hall to take payment for like mattresses and those big items like couches and tires and things that cost us to get rid of. Garbage is always free, demolition free, batteries we take, used motor oil, we certainly wanna get rid of that properly than, just throwing it in the trash. So we'll help you, we got a couple summer staff down there helping you out on unloading, making sure it goes where it's supposed to go. So, that's next week with expanded hours on Tuesday and Thursday till 6:45. So we can go out the gate at 7. And that includes City Hall hours to take your payment, so super
Excellent.
helpful. Oh, and we included this year, the folks, equally as important in Balkan, we have a bunch of Balkan, North and South Balkan garbage customers that, we welcome as well. They pay into the garbage system pays for the fees associated with this, so we invited them there as well. So just a quick little mention at the bottom, so. Those Balkan customers that have garbage service throughout the city, they're allowed to bring stuff as well.
Excellent.
Is there gonna be a list of items that are free and yet
Yep,
items to pay
yeah, I think
for?
it was in,
Page 204.
Thank you.
Yep.
I got 80 through that there.
Yeah, too, I see that, but I don't see the free stuff. that
It's all household and, yep. I'm sorry. Joe.
Okay, that's fine.
Household items demolition free.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
sorry, I missed that. All right, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Larry.
Thanks for doing this.
Okay, Parks, Trails, Rec Director Colin. Good evening.
Good evening again, council. If you would please turn to page 205. You'll see the attached agreement with the City of Chisholm and Eric Carlson for the project management services for
Gesundheit.
the Chisholm Connector Trail project. The contract is not to exceed $10,000 for 2026, so he's simply just managing the project and the progress with the contractor. And this contract is funded by the IRRB Connector Grant. I recommend approval of the attached agreement with Eric Carlson for the aforementioned services.
Council, unless there's any questions, I'd look for a motion and support to enter in contract with Eric Carlson.
Motion.
Thank you, April.
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 2 on my list today, if you would turn to page 209. Please see the attached invoice, number 3736 from American Ramp Company. This invoice is for the Redhead Mountain Bike Trail pump track. This was for the final work that was completed in the spring of 2026, due to our final completion being extended to June 30th of 2026. The additional work was some outslope material around the pump track, and this is funded by the IRRB and LCCMR grants for the Redhead Trailhead expansion project. So I'm asking for approval to pay invoice number 3736 in the amount of $16,250.
Council?
Motion.
Thank you, Travis.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any questions?
I have a comment, not a question.
Go ahead.
Just so you're aware, I have invited some Hibbing bosses to come and look at it, cause they asked me questions about it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if they're gonna show up or not, but
Okay.
when they do, you won't know anyway, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, they can give me a call if they want me to meet them out there.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Answer any questions, or Eric, and, you know,
Okay.
really any of the Redhead committee members can meet them out there
Okay,
if they wanna answer some questions.
all right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, and now if you would turn to item number 3, which is page 211. This is another invoice to American Ramp Company, number 3676. This invoice is for the Redhead Mountain Bike Trail pump track again, and is the final payment. The final work was completed in spring 2026, with the extension being done to the end of June. This is funded through the IRRB and LCCMR grants for the Trailhead expansion project, and I'm asking for approval to pay invoice 3676 in the amount of $227,253.25.
Council?
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Second.
Thank you, Marty.
Quick question.
Yeah,
What was change order number 1 in there?
Ooh, change order number 1, let me see here. Can you tell me what page for a second?
Sorry, page 212,
212.
Yeah.
Oh, let's turn
an
that on.
invoice.
It doesn't say what it was.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that was, that must have been a while ago. Devin, do you know in terms of your budget sheet what that would have been for?
Yeah, I believe, yeah, that was for the, skills course around the pump track.
Okay.
That whole 265, I believe, was that, and then the 640 plus the 160 was the actual pump track itself.
Okay. Thank
But
you.
it's all within budget.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, all those in favor?
Well,
Aye.
just
Aye.
one other thing too, like the drainage work was more of like the warranty work that they needed to come back and finish, and that's listed as change order number 2 here. And then, yeah, change order 1, I don't know why they didn't list that there, but it's like Devin alluded to, it's all within budget and funded by those grants.
Okay, thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, number 4 on my list is, if you would turn to page 213. This is the change order number 2 for KGM Contractors for the Longyear Lake pickleball courts. This change order moves the substantial completion date to August 28th and the final completion date to September 25th of 2026. The reason that we had to extend these was due to the delay in bid award, material lead times, and construction timelines just all being pushed back. The project also has $58,900 allocated to SCH, and I recommend approval of change order number 2 for KGM Contractors.
Council, unless there's any questions, I look for a motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, Travis.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, if you would turn to page 216. I got a stack today, alright. Attached, you'll find pay application number 5 from Bugalis for the Redhead Trailhead improvements. This invoice is funded through the IRRB and LCCMR grants. Bar Engineering recommends payment in the amount of $45,714 for work performed to date by Bugalis. This was also work done at the trailhead, with the extension being pushed back to June 30th of 2026. So this is the final payment to them, less retainage for that project.
Thank you, Colin. Susan, you? Council, I look for a motion and support to approve pay application number 5.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Support.
Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Susan. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, next, if you would turn to page 226. There as well. Attached, you'll find pay application number 6 from Bugalis. For the Redhead Trailhead improvements, this invoice is funded through those 2 grants of the IRRB and LCCMR, and BAR recommends payment in the amount of $27,853.25 for work performed to date, and this is the final installment of that contract.
Council, unless there's any questions, I look for a motion and support for pay application number 6.
Make the motion, Mark.
Thank you, Marty.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion?
Quick question, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Does it make sense to have like a amount of what's left in these grants, so we can see what we're taking out of? Cause we're always, so like when we take 45,000 out of the grant or 200,000 out of the grant, do we see what's left of that grant, so we know, kind of, we keep a track?
Yeah, I
That
can,
makes
Right,
sense.
that is there? Yeah.
Yeah.
or if you don't mind, I
Yeah,
can take
go
it.
ahead.
So I have a recap that goes to the Redhead Committee, specifically for these, but that's definitely something that I can,
If it's-
present, yeah. So the LCCMR grant, it has been fully spent, and so all of these remaining dollars are coming out of the, IRRB money that we have. Everything's been budgeted, working with BAR and the Redhead Committee, so we're all
Sure.
within budget, but definitely that's a perfectly acceptable request that I can.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And Devin, correct me if I'm wrong too, but I mean, the IRRB one. I know the LCCMR one's spent out, but the IRRB one, that one's close if I could.
Yeah, with
spent right.
these current invoices, we're getting really close, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Last item on number 7 for me today is, if you would turn to page 236. Attached, you'll find pay application number 3 from Rock Solid for the Redhead Trail improvements. This invoice is funded through the IRRB and LCCMR grants, and I recommend payment in the amount of $38,995.60 for the work performed to date by Rock Solid Trail Contracting.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, April.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, and we're all wrapped up at the pump track officially, everyone, so.
Excellent. Great work, thank you.
Good job.
Exciting stuff, thanks.
Good work.
Hey, Colin.
Devin.
Devin, shit. Yeah, Colin, you got any more you want?
Just stay up here.
Interim administrator, city clerk.
Page 238, we just need to schedule the meeting to canvass votes, and unfortunately, we weren't able to do it on that Wednesday because it cannot be the day after, but it needs to be within a certain amount of days. So it was August 13th or 14th are the 2 dates that would work.
Okay, council, I would pretty much rather do a Thursday than a Friday. I'm sure most would agree. So, is there a certain time?
No,
For
just a regular time probably.
Okay, 5:30? Can we do 5? Can we do earlier? 5?
That's fine.
Yeah, Marty's available, yeah, you can go early. If anyone can do 5?
That's fine.
5? Okay, I'd look for a motion of support to schedule a special meeting, canvass votes, August 13th at 5 p.m.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Second.
Thank you, Travis. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next on page 239 is the library supervisor job description. Also included is the previous library supervisor job description from 2011. There were just a few updates to include some grant duties and some capital type improvements, just making sure that the library is getting all the deferred maintenance type stuff taken care of. But we're just looking for approval for the new job description.
Council, unless there's any questions, I'd look for a motion of support.
I have a question of the resident librarian, Councilor Fountain. Is this job description good for that position?
If you get a thing, it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, I guess one additional detail is that it did go to the union and it was approved through the union.
Okay. Council, I'd look for a motion of support.
Motion?
Thank you, Marty.
Support.
Thank you, Travis. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Abstain.
1 abstention.
April abstain.
Next, page 243 is to post that job description to look for a library supervisor. We are cutting down the posting. We're hoping that we get enough applicants within 2 weeks, so we're looking at a posting period of 2 weeks. Otherwise, just look for approval to post it.
Council?
Does it have to go internal first, or?
No, not because it's me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Council, I'll look for a motion and support to post for the library supervisor position.
Motion. Oh, Jed had it.
Thank you, Jed.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion?
I just have one clarification, maybe, Devin. How does this affect what we're gonna discuss in our working session with the new potential proposal for the administrator position?
How does this, for the administrator?
Yeah,
position?
like, does this say that, well, I mean, wasn't it,
Oh, So
if we decide to go this route, does that take away from this position or no? No, it doesn't? Okay, then we're good. That's all I need to know.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Abstain.
Motion carries. You get that abstention?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Devin, next.
243, 245. Appoint hiring committee for the library supervisor job posting. We're suggesting that, I can sit in, the building official, Mandy Galley, one or two council members, and then a library advisory board member. We did reach out to them, and they would have somebody available for the hiring committee.
Okay, so for supervisors, do we typically do one or two counselors? We call? I think it's one, isn't it? Or is it two? Any
I don't know
volunteers?
for me.
Marty? Okay, I'll look for a motion to appoint, to create the hiring committee with an interim administrator Zolgar, building official Galley, Counselor Halverson, and a library advisory board member. And anyone else as needed by the board.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Travis.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Abstain.
Motion carries.
Next on page 246, we're looking to adopt a resolution to accept a $50 donation from Gina Yankovic to be earmarked for the Chisholm Public Library.
Also look for a motion and support to accept the monetary donation with a thank you letter to go out to Ms. Yankovic.
Motion.
Thank you, Jed.
Second.
Thank you, April. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And the addition, is to submit a MOU to AFSCME. I included the verbiage in the AFSCME contract, which doesn't necessarily, cover when the library supervisor position is vacant. So this is just a request to negotiate with AFSCME to come up with a memo of understanding, with the help of Attorney Lindsay. And we'll bring it back if approved from the
AFSCME.
union.
Good. All right, council, unless there's any questions, I'll look for a motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, April.
Support.
Travis? Further discussion?
I have a question. I support this 100%, but we have two libraries, right? That I know
Library
of,
technicians.
library technicians. Are they both gonna be there every day? For the entire day?
Yeah, so our, policy is to have two people at the library.
I understand that.
At all time, yeah.
I think that's which one would be getting the step up.
Right.
Or are both of them getting that?
Well, so that's what the memo of understanding is trying to figure out.
Okay, oh, okay.
So, yeah, we're not asking for approval, it's more, to work with the union and put it back on them to say, here's kind of the problem that our contract doesn't necessarily, explain. So we'll have a memo of understanding that the union is in agreement and the city is, just for this specific circumstance.
Okay.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Devin. Okay, next up, we heard from the, Never Surrender Thomasoni Bike Tour, who's coming into town. 125 estimated 200 people, 125 cyclists finishing their route around 10:45. Yeah, they would like road guards posted on the trails that comes to town. I'm sure they're gonna be working with Larry and Jim throughout the way, so. We don't have a citywide festival for anything like this, do we, at that time? And they just come in, have a
Yeah.
showing and move
We
on?
haven't in the
Yeah.
past.
Okay. All right, so I would look for a motion and support to approve the Never Surrender Thomasoni Tour event, September 18th, 2026.
Motion.
Thank you, Jed.
Support.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion?
We can always make it a citywide festival.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next up, council, look for, a motion or, and support, to declare a failed search for the city administrator position. If anyone has any, questions as to why, try to answer what I can.
Make that motion.
Thank you, Jed.
I have support for a question.
Thank you, Jim.
So there was nobody worthy in this group of 3 or 4 that you guys thought wasn't right?
That's correct.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, last up, chamber request for donation. No, sorry, I put that ahead of the other one here. That's for Travis here. Request for Chisholm Chamber of Commerce, Dock Moonlight Grand Days. Thank you. Yeah, Shelley, you heard what you sat through all this, why don't you please? And I do, I do appreciate this very thorough packet here.
Mayor Lance, Council, Interim Administrator Siegler. Obviously, we have our annual Stock Moonlight Grand Days, July 29th through August 2nd this year. We're ramping things up a bit. We started the excitement at the end of May with the Grand Slam Grow Off Corn Stock Growing Contest. We partnered up with chamber members, Cherry Greenhouse and L&M Supply to make this happen. We sold 50 buckets. They're growing their little hearts out, and they're gonna bring them to up to the field right before the parade to be on the float that we're creating for the, which will bring me to the next thing. We're bringing the ghost players in from Dyersville, Iowa. 3 of them are actually, we're in the Field of Dreams movie. So we're kind of excited about that. I mean, we're really excited about that. Anyways, so the corn stalk, the tallest stalk will win a prize, and the best painted bucket will win a prize. So we'll have some judging for that. And on the float will be prepared for the ghost players. And I did touch base with Parks and Rec Director Luke to have the grandstand field as our location for the comedic baseball routine. And so that'll be on Saturday the 1st at noon, and then that'll be like an hour and a half. I actually, sorry, anyways, it'll lead into our parade, which will be at 3 o'clock, and then, oh my God, all of a sudden it's like pressure, I'm like, what, it takes forever. So anyways, I did touch base with Jim and Larry regarding our parade route map, and then I submitted it to the Department of Transportation, which you have the application approved. So we're looking to change the parade to 3 o'clock this year, so things kind of flow better from day to night. So I guess we're looking to, after the parade, we're looking to do the bounce around town, and also the car show, and then continue into the street dance from 8 to 11 with a break at 10 o'clock for a fireworks display. I plan on meeting with Larry and Jim on more details on road closures. I did kind of put a map together with color coding and whatnot, but it'd probably be best to talk to you in person. But what I'm looking for is to declare this a city festival and enjoy the whole 5 days of fun. It's kind of nice that we're doing it without the fair this year. We definitely have had more resources and volunteers available to us because of that, so hopefully it goes off without a hitch.
Excellent.
Am I missing anything? I don't think so.
I think we can just note, I'll just add that the parade route obviously goes all the way down our main street and then hangs at Central Avenue. You know, you hang right or left to whichever way. But after that point, the barricades will only be barricaded till First Avenue. So that block will be available for traffic and people to get north and, east and west or north and south without having to go around the lake or additional routes. And then the causeway, based on what I've known from previous experience, is gonna be blocked off all day because of the fireworks show. So just plan on, you can plan on that being blocked off the entire day.
Initially, I put from 9:30 to 11:30. I didn't know how long that kind of thing
Yeah.
took, so
Yeah.
I'm
So
glad you mentioned that at the meeting this morning.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, I mean, I encourage if you have young children, please bring them to the show. because the interaction is with the kids, you know, and the Ghost players and the kids, so
And it's a
please,
free
you know,
show.
bring them,
And we
yeah.
actually we advertise it at the Side Lake Parade, we'll be advertising it in the Hibbing Parade on Saturday, so I think we'll have a pretty good attendance.
Yeah.
The Ghost players are gonna do a meet and greet the night before Papa Z's, so it'll be just, and they're actually gonna go to the Heritage Manor, which I found out earlier on Saturday, so they've got a packed day, and then they're excited to enjoy our festivities when they're done, you know, so.
But your one young gal that was dressed up was a dead ringer, so that was
I
quite
was really
funny to
happy
see.
that she was able to
Yeah.
pull through for me.
I think in the 90s they came.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that, and I don't recall, but I think this is a good test run, you know, for hopefully the all class next year, maybe an annual thing. You know, it's really kind of cool, so.
Appreciate you doing that.
Yeah.
Council, I'd look for a motion support to approve road closures and a citywide festival for the Chamber of Commerce for Dock Moonlight Graham Days. From, what was that again for the times? 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m.? Fireworks usually it can go for an hour, right? Is that kind of going to be cutting it close, so.
Isn't it more like half hour, 45 minutes?
What's
Yeah,
that, the
and then the
fireworks?
band will reconvene
Fireworks show?
if they
Yeah.
can.
Yeah,
until
20
11.
minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
One other thing about the baseball game is I was gonna reach out to the quarterback club to see if they can assist with parking. Just cause I'll have signage getting to the actual field, but I think we need some organization there, so. And hopefully clean up after.
Jim?
Motion.
Thank you.
Support.
Thank you, Jed. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley.
Good job, Shelley.
Thank you.
Travis?
Okay. For the last time for me, anyway. Today was my last Chisholm Community Foundation meeting. My term is up. So I've enjoyed that the last 7 years. It's been a ride. But every one of the 7 years that I've been part of this, we have donated money toward the lunches for the CCF up to $1,000. So we're here to ask for that same amount for this year. The Golf Scramble is Monday, July 27th at the Mesaba Country Club. We're still looking for some teams, so if you're interested in that, you know, please feel free to sign up and come golf. And so my request to the council would be a motion to donate up to $1,000 for the lunches.
Okay, council?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, April.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? Further questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone have anything under miscellaneous?
I have one, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
So I've had several people reach out about the flags that are lowered in town, the public safety building. So the public safety building is a public building, and it takes the governor and the president to lower the flags. How is that done? Just curious, just for technicality. Who okayed that, who did it?
I did.
Okay.
I did that. Somebody had reached out and said, in honor of our former fire chief, who passed away, I was brought to my attention that is only allowed by act of the president or the governor. And I did just request that our interim administrator direct any of those complaints to me. So,
Good.
so if anyone doesn't have any problem with it, I thought it was a nice gesture, and I'll take the lashings for it.
Good.
It's a good reason.
All right, council, look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Thank you, Travis.
Support.
Thank you, Jed. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.